and you're welcome to Linda's TV show, the home of news and analysis, where you get your information about the happenings in the globe, especially in Nigeria.
Listen to the sound, listen to my voice. Would you listen to this melody and you will find yourself? Listen to the sound, listen to my voice. Would you listen to this melody and you will find yourself?
I hope I reach you with this. What if we stop pretending and really do practice love? Yeah, like stop putting a price to it. Why would your loved ones fall from your expectation and you label them misfits? Expecting perfection from a seed you sow beneath an imperfect soil. You can't be dealing on perishable goods and praying to God they remain fresh forever. Shut the fuck up. With time, they are predestined to spoil.
Listen to the sound, listen to my voice. Would you listen to this melody and you will find yourself? Listen to the sound, listen to my voice. Would you listen to this melody and you will find yourself?
Miss me with the judgment. I got love embedded in nature's monument. Be covered with divine ornament. Police the police. Know thyself and always keep to your promise. Try to touch people more when...
Good evening, my brother. How are you doing? Good evening, Biafra worldwide. I don't know if you can hear me. I know that whenever I'm speaking, my voice maybe will be echoing. I don't know why it's doing like that. I greet you all anywhere you are watching this program. As you are joining us, please help us to like and share. Nobody can promote this Biafra or self-determination agitation. Is only ourselves. So the best thing you can do is to like and share this program, share it to any group or community. And I also want to inform YouTube that we are not here to preach hate speech, misleading information, or instigating violence. We are here to educate, inform the members of the public about what is happening. There is a link there. This is an interaction section. There is a link under my comment section. If you want to call to contribute, you can call in and contribute. So today we have come again. Don't stay in the comment section. Call up and ask a question. Call up, and even if you want to go against what we are talking, you don't believe in anything, yes, I will give you opportunity to speak, but as long as you remain civil. So today we have come. Some people are still not believing the work of Prime Minister. Now I understand why he always said that some people will be sleeping in the zoo and they wake up in Biafra land. And that is exactly what is going to happen. The Prime Minister where Mazi Nnamdi Kanu stopped. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu wanted to bring Biafra to the doorstep, and they knew that the Biafra is already here. They thought that, oh, if we kidnap this man, if we buy this man, everything will disappear. They will forget about, in fact, nobody will get hurt. Can't talk about Biafra. But unfortunately for them, immediately they grabbed Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, a lion that is even more stronger than Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, emerged. And the same way they are still planning on how to kidnap the Prime Minister. There are many lions out there waiting for such time to happen. So all the Southeast governors, all the politicians, they are after to bring the prime minister back, but they are not after to find out the solution to what even Nigerian government. When you have a child and you notice that your child is rebelling, protesting, what should you do as parents? Is it not to call your child or your son or your daughter? Why are you behaving unusual? Why are you behaving this way? What is wrong with you? By the time you ask question, you start having an answer. When Mazi Nnamdi Kanu started, he was talking about restructuring. They were laying all kinds of insults. Small boy, he make noise, but the same noise only with phone and microphone. With a microphone, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu we are able to shake, to bulala Nigeria. Yet they are saying he's nobody, and today they kidnapped him. What is happening? They don't want to resolve what led to the agitation, but they want the agitation to stop. It's just like somebody who is sick. You refuse to go to hospital, you refuse to go take medication, but you want your sickness to go. No be juju be that. So, my dear people of Biafra, some people are saying, you people on our prime minister say 2023 they will give us Biafra. 2023 have finished, no Biafra, we still dey Nigeria dey suffer. Some say, what is he waiting for? Declare war. Some say he is a content creator. Some say he is just making sure of himself. Let me tell us the real truth. This thing is not easy. To sit down the way I'm sitting to talk is not easy. If you think it's easy, go and on your camera and sit down and talk. Let alone somebody, he is a lawyer, he is working. After working, he will read his mail, because I'm very sure that his phone will be fooling every day. He will be making consultation, planning a lot of things. All he needs from us right now is support. It's support. Some people say you are following, you are supporting him, you are posting his video. One day you will know the truth. You have seen your own truth. I don't know. And the worst part of it, every day you see, they will keep on telling you, we are going to expose Simon Ekpa. We are going to expose. If you go and listen to their video of 2 or 3 hours, you will not even pick any point. But anybody he tells you that he is going to talk about, he will analyze it, give you evidence that will make you to believe. So I'm talking too much. I will give my brother Chuk Survivor. I'm calling Chuk Survivor. David Harbour channel. This is his main channel now. The zoology they have dealt with Chuk Survivor. So this is the one he is managing now. My brother, I'm going to give you floor while I get something. I will be right back.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you for that amazing introduction. And I welcome every Biafran that is on this program watching. All the Biafran that are watching across the world, wherever you are, and you are connecting to this very program, I welcome you. I say, may Chukwu be my guide and protect you. I thank you all for your patience in being with us all the time whenever we come online. For some time, we've not been able to handle this program because of one reason or the other. That doesn't mean that we have walked away. You have been coming along with our videos and updates that is coming on a daily basis. Only that we've not had a chance to have this interaction. And today, this is the opportunity to have that interaction that we have not had. And it is coming at the very right time. As you are watching us there, you know that the year has come to an end. The year is fast running out. We're in the last month of the year. And at this very particular point in time, this is a time when people do their resolutions. People sit back and count on the achievement they have made from January to this last month, December. So many of us had our projects that we are planning to execute this year. So many of us took up some challenges So many of us made some plans on what we are going to do and what we're going to achieve this year. And today that we are in January, there is one thing that every one of us plan to achieve. We as a Biafran, there is a collective interest that we have, collective plan that we all agreed. That is having Biafra in 2023. What you're going to do today is, what you're supposed to be doing today is to sit back and count and see how far we have gone and were we able to get what we wanted. That is where we are today. Recounting to check how far we have gone, if we met up with our projects, if we succeeded, or did we abandon our project on the way, or we went far, or we accomplished our project. Those are the questions that every one of us is supposed to be having in our mind now, recounting on all those things that we have agreed that we are going to do and how to achieve it. It's a time of resolution. And in reaching resolution, you must tell yourself the truth. Don't do it out of envy. Do not do it out of jealousy. Don't do it out of ignorance. Don't do it out of hatred. You have to look at the success with an open mind. When you begin to look at the project that we have for this year with open mind, you will understand that there is no doubt whatsoever that we achieved what we wanted. There's no doubt whatsoever that the Biafra we are talking about has come. In this year 2023, we were able to have Biafra. Today you have a government, the government of Biafra, government or Republic of Biafra in exile, fully functional. It has never happened before. For a very long time, we have been speaking, campaigning, protesting, talking, all creating awareness as an organization. We were never recognized. That was why most of the time we speak and they think nothing is being done, because we were speaking as an organization. But in this year 2023, Biafra government was established. Not only established, it became functional, fully operational. Today we have a government with all the ministers active 24/7. Very, very operational. It is not just having a government, but a working government. Today we have a prime minister recognized. We have a prime minister who is engaging on diplomatic discussions and missions across the world on behalf of Biafra. This year, Biafra have attended many events. Biafra have been invited in so many places and so many signatories have been signed. Many allies are reaching out to Biafra. Recognition is coming right, left, and center. Biafra is no longer something they tell you that is dead. That language is gone when they say Biafra is dead. The resurrection of Biafra has fully happened. That is why we have a government today. And when we speak about Biafra, we speak on behalf of a government. We have crossed the stage of propaganda, blackmail, talking against people, fighting against people, and all that. We have outgrown that. You no longer see people come and begin to talk about unnecessary issues. Now we are focused, very, very much focused on the contraption called Nigeria that is holding us down, that is occupying our space. The Biafran government today is fully operational and functional. And today, in this 2023, we have diplomatic missions across board, liaison offices across the whole world. You see liaison offices springing up from all parts of the world, our countries, where Biafrans are domiciled. The liaison offices were opened this year. So Biafra, we are talking about, is no longer only a prediction or a suggestion or something of the mind. It is completely operational and functional and physical. All the liaison offices are operational. Many more are going to be open now, on their way opening. The referendum was successfully conducted. The referendum convention was conducted. And Biafra adopted their charter, Biafran Charter, which is the Biafran Constitution. It was adopted by the whole Biafrans. The desire of the Biafran people, what we have always wanted, everything is happening very, very fast, faster than we expected. Today, Biafra has a written constitution that you can lay your hand upon. All you need to do is to make the order for the Biafran Charter, and you will see the full details on what Biafra is, what it stands for, and how it's going to be functional. We never had such before. As we speak now, Biafra have 40 states. 40 states of Biafra with the federal capital, Ebube. Every one of them has been approved by the people themselves. The maps are coming out, but from the people themselves. It is not a question of, people initially, what they were crying about is consultation. People were always talking about consultation. You are not consulted. You are not consulted. You are not consulted. They were accusing Mazen Nandekano. Some of them said that he was forcing the Biafra to them. He was pushing them. But Mazen Nandekano from day one have always said it, that the people will decide their fate. And that is why he has always been pushing for referendum. Mazen Nandekano made it clear that there will be nothing like minority. That was one of the propaganda they were using against Mazen Nandekano, that he wants to dominate other regions. Because the Biafra we are talking about is not about the Igbo nation. That is where some people get it wrong. When we talk about Biafra, some people, the caliphate always try to make people narrow their minds to Igbo nation. Igbo nation is just one nation in Biafra. So when we are talking about Biafra, we're not talking about the Igbo nation. We're talking about the old southeastern states, which is the present south-south and the southeast with the lower Benue. Wherever you are and your mother is tying 2 pieces of wrapper, when you hear Biafra, it is talking about it. You can continue to deny it for all I care. You can continue to answer your nickname, give yourself any name you like. Your parents know what you're supposed to be called. That name that you were given by your parents when you were born is the name you will bear. So many of us answer our nicknames online and offline in activities. They give you one name or the other. But when you return home to your parents, they are going to mention your real name. They will call you by that name which you were ordained when you were born. So many people who are denying the identity of whom they are, you are doing that at your own peril. You are wasting your time. We're not going to stop you to answer. If you want to answer fly, answer fly. You want to answer lizard, answer lizard. You want to answer cockroach. That is your business. But we know who you are. The Biafrans, we are Biafrans. And nobody can change that. So those accusations of consultation have been dealt with completely. Today, we have the United States of Biafra with 40 states and Ewe as the capital. Signed up by the people in the area. Maps are coming out by the people themselves, people choosing the name that they want. And just as Mazen Nandekano have always said, that in Biafra, there will be no minority. There's nothing like minority. This one is minority. No, it doesn't happen in Biafra. We are all equal stakeholders in Biafra. Equal stakeholders. Even if you are 3, 4, 5 in your states, you can manage your affairs and handle things the way it should be. You have the right to operate in your own. You have the right to make use of your mineral resources and whatever that comes out of your state and utilize it. Even if you people are two, you manage it for yourselves. The federal government of Biafra is only there to monitor and see and make sure that you are implementing the agreement. You are using the resources of your people for your people. Nobody's there to dominate anybody or to look into anybody's or to direct or control anybody. No. That's nothing of such, nothing like control. And this is the Biafra of the dream we have been talking about. All those things that people have been talking have been their problem. Consultation. Oh, we are not consulted. Why are you putting our name? Why are you putting our map? Why is it? Today, people by their own self are bringing themselves out and bringing their own map, making demands to be included. The 40 states of Biafra, from all part of the old southeastern region, every single one of them came on their own, brought their map, made the application by themselves, and they decide to be part of Biafra. In Biafra, the Biafra of our dream, we are going to practice the democracy which originated from Biafra land, Igbo land to be precise. People will take decisions on what to do, how to do it, when to do it. It is going to be government of the people, by the people, and for the people, which is the original democracy, not the type they are practicing today in the zoo. What they are practicing today that they claim to be democracy is the government of the rich, for the rich, and for the rich, and by the rich. Government of the colonial master, by the colonial master, and for the colonial master. That is what they are practicing. It's never a democracy. Because you can't tell me that you're practicing government of the people and the people tell you, give us a referendum, let us decide our fate, and you refuse. How can that be the government of the people? So today, when we look back where we are coming from and how far we have gone, we have made tremendous gain, and the Biafra of our dream is here. The only thing that people are looking on to is the ceremonial declaration. That ceremonial declaration that people are looking for. It is going to happen. But the real Biafra that you and I are supposed to concern about has already been established. We are already in it, but some of us are still focusing on the zoo. They are still dreaming of Nigeria. Even when already you have the de facto government in the homeland. We have the de facto government in the homeland, operational and functional. And it is because of the de facto government in the homeland, that is why you see all the states were very, very easy to come on board. 40 states of Biafra land. And if you're a Biafran, please make sure you go and look on the map and see where you fall into. You have to know your state. You have to know your state before you begin to continue to address yourself a Nigerian while you are not. Every one of us have to start making preparations. That verbal declaration, the ceremonial declaration that we are waiting for, is just like somebody who is going to get married after the bride price has been paid. Automatically, after the payment of the bride price, you are married. Man and wife can walk away and go home. But what we see in the present day is that even after payment of bride price, you see churches still telling you that these people are not yet married. After payment of bride price, a man have getting the consent of the parents, which is the normal thing that is done. That is the way it's been done, which is what we saw in the Bible, the way it was done for those of us who are Christians. When it comes to marriage, the permission comes from the parents. Once the parents give you the go-ahead, you're married. You pay your bride price. That is the major thing. After the bride price has been paid, you are a married man. If you want to do other party, throw party in any other way you want to throw party, traditionally in the church mood or whatever, that one is ceremonial. But what we see in most cases these days, that after marriage, after paying of bride price, Even the women themselves who are married will still be telling the man that he's not complete. They will still be addressing themselves as single until you begin to throw party. That is what we are seeing today in the restoration of Biafra. Already, the Biafra of our dream has been established. Today, we have a government of Biafra. The government of Biafra is functional, doing everything it's supposed to do as a government. The Biafran Liberation Army, the military of Biafra are functional. The resistant fighters of Biafra are there. The Air Force have been activated. The naval section have been activated. And they are all fully operational. It is not as if maybe you just say it and it's not. They are all functional. For the very first time, you saw the Biafra of the Liberation Army of Biafra walking in the street and marching. It has never happened before. All along, it has been on the background. All along, it was been on the background. Mazen Nandekan gave the order and said that the operation is in the bushes. And then it was ESN, not even the Liberation Army, because Mazen Nandekan made it clear that when the Liberation Army is going to be unleashed, that when the Biafra Army will be unleashed, that will be announced. And the announcement has been made. After the Finland operation, the announcement was made, and you saw the Biafran Liberation Army marching in the street, very well equipped. They are not hiding. And what is going on in Biafra land today is the delegitimization of the zoo, evicting them, every forces of Nigeria, evicting them from Biafra land. And the eviction is not done in the secret. It's not that maybe you hit and run and say, gone are the days when they are talking about unknown government. What we have to do is the Liberation Army. And whatever the Liberation Army does, our Prime Minister claims responsibility. The Biafra Republic government is claim responsibility. It is not. It's not hide and seek. It is not hide and seek. The only people today that are running from the truth are the Nigerian government. They don't want to accept the truth. Even when something happens, we claim responsibility and they deny it. They say it's not us. That is what they are doing. They are even scared to accept that the Liberation Army are operational. They don't want to use that language, Liberation Army. Even when the Liberation Army carry an operation, they take responsibility. Yes, we did it. The zoo will say, no, you didn't do it. That is what we are seeing today. But let them continue to obey their own lie. Let them continue to believe their own lie. Let them continue to deceive themselves. It cannot change the truth from being what it is. The whole world is watching, and the world knows the stage everybody have gotten today. Their lie cannot save them. That is why today you see them changing mouth from right, left, and center. For the very first time, you see the Nigerian military complaining. For the very first time, they complained. And they said that the Prime Minister of Biafra Republic of Nigeria is the one that is causing hindrances and obstacles in whatever they are doing in the southeast. They confess by their own mind. And by the way, this is the man whom some saboteurs, the Department of Saboteurs, the Nigerian IPOB, we are saying that he was working for Nigeria. I thank you, Kevin, finally today, the Nigerian IPOB has been established. They have been exposed. All this while, we didn't know that there was Nigerian IPOB. Nigeria government have their own IPOB. And they diverted their propaganda. They said, oh, he's working for the government. Today, they hide it, they pretend and pretend, but they can't pretend anymore. They came out and they begin to accuse him of disturbing their operation in Biafra land. And recently, just as yesterday, was it yesterday or today, when our Prime Minister retweeted what the zoo government is doing in Abuja. The Boko Haram vice president they have. Boko Haram vice president opening his mouth said that he's going to support the peace in Biafra land. And I asked, what
church.
I said, what kind of peace is the leader of the terrorists going to give to you? It is only the peace of the graveyard. That is what they're going to give to you. What kind of peace are they going to give? These were the people who brought the destruction, the insecurity in the southeast. They were the people that brought the southeastern part of Nigeria, the old southeastern region. Biafra land is the most peaceful region in that country. The most peaceful. Even with all the intimidation, with all the attack, with all the destruction, with all the lack of infrastructure, it has been the most peaceful part of the country. Biafrans have learned to endure. They have learned to manage what they have, to manage themselves. But they came by their own self. They tried to send their terrorists as herdsmen. They could not succeed. They tried to penetrate. They could not succeed. The ESN stopped them. They could not penetrate. What did they do? They gave them uniform. They gave uniform to their Boko Haram and sent them to Biafra land. They created different kinds of unknown gunmen just to cause insecurity. When they started this operation, every one of us saw it when they started it. That time, every time they go on operation, they will accuse ESN. They say it's an unknown government. They say it's an unknown government. Mazen Nandekano, then he was with us. He said it time and time again that he doesn't have anything to do with anybody called unknown government. Mazen Nandekano said it, that he doesn't have control over any unknown government and he doesn't have anything to do with them. That was the origin of the insecurity in Biafra land. It is the Nigerian government that formed those unknown government. And it is not a made-up story. We have evidence where they were captured. There was in several occasions where the police were exchanging fires. And after exchanging fire, and they saw the ID ad of DSS in one of their pockets. All this evidence are there, but people have short memory, they forget. That was when they were creating the chaos in Biafra land. It is the Nigerian government that created that unknown government. They use it to destroy places. They started, even when they attacked a correctional center in the Imo State and they discharged people, they said it's ESN. At the end of the day, they found that it wasn't ESN. They began to confess by themselves. They formed that, and they tried and tried and tried and tried. It couldn't work. The propaganda could not fly. What did they do? They went and began to form their Ebobago. Ebobago sponsored by Nigerian government. And most of the people in Ebobago are not Biafrans. Asero Dokubo was the one supplying people. Asero Dokubo, they gave him a contract, which he himself confessed his own mouth, how he was destroying lives and property in Biafra land. Asero Dokubo confessed with his own mouth. Sponsored by the federal government, that the federal government gave him a contract. An ordinary militant, a criminal, said he have a security company. Which security company? Who gave him the certificate? And he was saying it in the open. That was one of the instruments they used to destabilize Biafra land. Asere Dokubo and Co. They used them to create camps everywhere in Biafra land. They were attacking people right, left, and center. And each time they would go to that operation, they would say it's ESN. When they were talking about the enforcement of sit at home, they were the same people enforcing sit at home. Then they say it is a force, enforcement. In one occasion, they were captured on camera, where a policeman were standing, where they were in police uniform, while they were enforcing the sit at home. Their conventional media carried it, and they were asking, who is that man in the police uniform among the enforcers of sit at home? But they pretend they didn't see it. This was what they did, right, left, and center. They ended up in creating a war zone in Biafra land. When they did the Ebobago, the whole people of the southeast protested. They protested and said, we don't want Ebobago. We saw the protest online. Every state we are protesting, they say, we don't want Ebobago. Because Ebobago was taking life of innocent people. They were not there to protect anybody. Their target was to destroy Biafra and to cause confusion and chaos. We see Omoteku. Omoteku is still there in the southwest. We have never had anywhere where the Yorubas are protecting against Omoteku. We have never seen people protesting or saying that we don't want Omoteku. Never. And we have never heard that they took any innocent life. Their aim and objective is to protect their own people. We have seen videos where they were confronting the Fulanese. In the Arewa side, in the north, you have the Hizba. Hizba are working 247. You never see people protest against them. But in Biafra land, the Ibubak they form have become a killing machine. That was what they used to destabilize Biafra land. And after when they saw that Ebubago, people did not buy into Ebubago again. People did not buy. They begin to form a different group. Today in Anambra, they say they have a APG or whatever. I don't know the kind of name they say they gave them. They call them APG or whatever they call them. They begin to change their name. Ebonyi State begin to change their own name. Enugu State change their own name. They begin to give them different kinds of names formed by federal government just to make sure that they cause confusion in Biafra. So how is it that these same people are the people that are going to tell you they're bringing peace? What kind of peace are they bringing to you? The peace of the graveyard. And look at the drug baron who they made a president. That one is more confused than any other person. That one say he's going to make the Southeast economically, politically viable. These people, they just wake up and begin to believe their own lies. They just wake up and begin to confuse themselves. The drug baron that he's going to make Biafra, that he said he has a master plan, or he has drawn a master plan on how to make Southeast economically viable.
My brother, can't you go to Gora Hotel and make one and make the plan?
I can't understand that he want to make the Biafra land politically viable. And I say, what kind of political viability do you want to bring in Biafra land? We are not interested in your politics. We are not interested. We are not interested in your politics. We do not want your presidency, your vice president, or whatever. Anything that has to do with Nigerian politics, we are not interested. How is it so difficult for them to understand? And he's talking about making Biafra land politically viable. What nonsense politically viable are you going to make Biafra land? When you are the one supervising the destruction of the life of Biafran people. This same man is the one trying as much as possible to destroy the economy of Biafran people, to make sure that he renders the Biafran people useless. The same man who is single-handedly sponsoring the attack of Biafran people in Lagos State. What you are seeing happen in Lagos State is being sponsored by Abuja itself. They pretend it is governor. The governor doesn't have any such power to do what he's doing in Lagos State. Whatever you are seeing that in Lagos State is something that is being signed from federal. Bola Ahmed Tinubu, that you and I know, owns Lagos. It is his property. He has always boasted of what he's doing. Even his own wife confronted the Biafrans during the time of election when Buhari was there. His own wife told the Biafran to their face what they were going to do. We saw the audio that came out where Shetima was discussing with Kunle about the attack they are going to host against Biafrans, how they are going to destroy the properties of Biafrans, how they are going to take over every businesses that Biafrans own, how they are going to make sure that Biafrans buy land at a high cost price, how they are going to take back the land that Biafrans have taken, bought. We saw all these informations. It is not a history. It is not a rocket science for you to know. Everything they are doing today in Lagos State is sponsored by Tinubu himself. And yet he's coming to tell you that he's going to make your land politically viable. Mad people everywhere. They come and they speak their own lies, and they begin to believe their own lies. They want us to join them and believe their lies. But I thank you, and Biafrans are very much awake. We have crossed that stage. We have gone very, very, very far away from that very stage. That's not where we are today. The level we are today is the eviction of everything that is in uniform from Biafra land. Gone are the days when we protest and begin to talk or dialogue. When they were told that dialogue, the time for dialogue has gone, they thought it was a joke. Today, look at them running helter-skelter, confused. Their chief of army staff is saying a different thing. The vice president is saying a different thing. The president is saying a different thing. Full of confusion, every one of them. They are confused. And they will remain in that confusion until we walk away from the zoo. They will continue to tell themselves lie and continue to believe their own lies until we walk out. And every Biafran who doesn't want to fall in line, who doesn't want to wake up, I think we have done enough. We have done enough talking and we have done enough sensitization. In the last broadcast of our Prime Minister, he made it clear that this advertisement of noise making is no longer needed from any one of them, more especially all those elites in Biafra land. Either you are a general overseer, you have a church, you have a company, you have whatever you have in Nigeria. We know that from the moment they have taken Nigeria to make Nigeria a permanent member of OIC, and today Nigeria now is now an Islamic state. The moment they have pronounced Nigeria as an Islamic state, the danger rate have increased. The danger have increased and people can no longer express themselves freely in that zone. So the only thing that we need from them is financial support. You can support the Biafran struggle directly or indirectly, and your identity will be kept secret. Don't be afraid of blowing up your identity. All you need to do is to go to the right source, make consultation with Biafra program, and reach out to our Prime Minister. Give your sponsorship, because the only government you have today in Biafra land is the Republic of Government, Biafra Republic Government in exile. There's nothing else. You can continue to pretend, you can continue to tell yourself lies. You can continue to believe your own lies. You will wake up one day and you will realize that you have made the greatest mistake of your life. So the gate is still open for you to redeem yourself. This message is for those of them who feel that they are wealthy and rich, and they are scared of coming in the open to defend what is theirs. There's no problem. We understand your situation in that zoo. We know how tight your hands are, but you don't have to continue complaining. Go underground and make a contribution. Your support is highly needed and needed now. If you don't do it now, I don't know when you're going to do it. And by the way, whether you support Biafra or you don't support Biafra, it will not stop Biafra from coming. If you support Biafra today, you are doing it for your own sake. If you are supporting Biafra today, you are doing it for your own benefit. And if you refuse to support Biafra today,
my brother, somebody asked question in the comment section. Chuk said, how do we do that now? I don't know. Can you explain what you mean by how do we do that now? Chuk.
Yeah, I don't know what he means by doing that. Is it how to make contribution or how to support? There are many ways to make your contribution if you want to make contribution. The links for there making contribution is there. There is a link already on how people are going to make contribution. More especially people who are domiciled in Biafra land. If you are in the zoo and you are planning to you are scared of your identity. You don't want your identity to be seen. You don't want your identity to know. And you have that willingness to support. There are ways to do that. Our Prime Minister have said it. Reach out to any of the media warriors. Reach out to any of the media privately. They will now direct you on how to reach out to the right people, right authority in Biafra Republic of Exile, and you'll be directed on how to make a contribution, and it will be kept completely secret. It will not be blown open. The instruction has been given. And those who are outside, if it is how to make a contribution, that is always a link. We always share the link anytime, and the fundraising is always going on every Saturday. There is some fundraising. There is fundraising every Saturday. If you want to make a contribution on ordinary days, you can do it. Don't wait until the day of fundraising. All you have to do is to see the flyer. For you to see the authentic flyer, I would advise you just go to the platform of our Prime Minister, Mazisa Monekwa. Go to his Twitter handle. When you get to the Twitter handle, you are going to see the link. You will just see the flyer. When you see the flyer of the fundraiser, you will see the link on how to make payments. And most of our videos, we play it there. Most of the videos I share, you watch from my videos, you're going to see the link on how to pay and where to pay. There are different. You can pay through PayPal, you can pay through other apps, you can pay through the website. There are many links on how to make the payment. Don't wait until the day of fundraising. And if you are available on the fundraising, very, very good. Encourage on the fundraising, join the fundraising, and you make your support, give your support. All those are what we are supposed to do today. Because for us to sustain the progress we have made so far, to sustain it, it needs finance. If anybody is telling you that it's an easy task, it is not easy. Getting a country is not a walk in the park. It is not. You must be ready to make sacrifices. There's a lot of things that is involved. A whole lot of things is involved. Except you are lying to yourself. Every one of us that have access to internet today, that is watching this program as you're watching, none of us is a child. If you can tell yourself the truth, you know what it takes, that it takes a lot for one to defend him or herself, let alone defending a country. It takes a lot. It will cost a lot. And when you see the Biafran Liberation Army operation, when you see them coming out and going in, you know what it takes. For any time they go for an operation, you know what it costs. We are fighting against people that have billions of dollars to spend on ammunition. That is why our prime minister have always said that we are not going to go into a conventional war with them. For some of you who is waiting for us to go engage in an open war, we cannot engage Nigeria in any conventional war. It will not happen. The prime minister have said it time and time again. If you are one of those waiting for a conventional war to happen, it's not going to happen. It's going to be a guerrilla warfare. The guerrilla warfare will continue that one day they will wake up and realize there is no military of Nigeria in Biafra land. It's going to be a process, and it is already happening. They will wake up and realize that there is no Nigerian military in Biafra. Already, you saw the police begging. You saw the police begging online. They were begging and asking the Liberation Army to take it easy on them, that they should stop making them widows and making women widows and widows. That begging doesn't hold.
Then the best thing is for them to resign. It's for you to resign. If you don't want to buy, you go. If somebody asks you to go and put your hand in fire, will you go and put it?
Exactly. The Prime Minister have made it clear. The order has been given. As long as you are bearing arms in Nigerian territory representing the zoo, you are an enemy and you'll be treated as such. Before the activation of this very order that is being carried out today, for a very long time, right from the time of Mazen Nandekano, he made the announcement that every Biafran, that whoever you are, you should walk away. Walk away from the zoo military or police. Time was given for people to walk away. But because of one reason or the other, some of them are still insisting on being there. That's why I saw one of the tweets that was made by the people who claim to be the followers of Mazen Nandekan. And they are helping the Nigerian government to cry for the military that are losing their life. People who claim to be followers of Mazen Nandekan, they are crying for the military, but they don't cry for their own brothers that lose their own life. They don't cry for the loss of life of Biafran people, but they were very quick to cry on the loss of life of the military. Just like the recent one that caused the sit-at-home that we saw in Anambra State. How can you imagine a young child of 4 years, a little child of 4 years? We saw the intestine of that young child gushing out, and the mother was carrying the baby and crying in Anambra State. An evil perpetrated by Nigerian military, the terrorist government. In Anambra State, a young child of 4 years, they shot that young child. The intestine of the child was gushing out. Every one of us saw the video. We saw the pictures. After this event, the governor of Anambra State never uttered a statement about this. Ohaneze Ndi Igbo never said any word about this. No politician made any statement about this, and that was why the Prime Minister gave the sit-at-home order in Anambra State for 3 days to hunt down those who took the life of that innocent child. And I thank Chukwu that every one of them that was involved in the death of that child, today they are gone.
My brother, sorry. Somebody is saying that he is in Biafra land. Linda TV show me where. Are you not listening to what my brother is saying? Listen, I have said several times how you can do it, not me. Listen to what he is saying. Can you repeat how people can contribute?
Thank you so much, my beloved sister. For the person who is in Biafra land, when we are talking about the contribution in Biafra land, it is on two phases. If you are talking about the liberation tax has not said it will be conducted state by state. That was what our Prime Minister said. The liberation tax, when the liberation tax starts, every state is going to be controlling their own, and it's going to be through the de facto government in the homeland. That has not yet been activated because every security measure has to be taken. First of all, the protection of life and property of Biafran people is most important. We know that the zoo are watching. We don't want to expose anybody to danger. Nobody will be exposed to danger. That contribution has not yet started. But we are talking about people that are very, very capable and you are willing to support. There are people in Biafra land that have the money. They have millions to donate, have billions to donate. In such kind of cases, you have to go through the Biafran Republic government in exile. Make your consultation. Try as much as possible to reach out to any media of the Biafra Republic government in exile. We know our media, all our media warriors. You know them. Go through their DM. Reach out to them. You can even reach out to our Prime Minister if you can. His numbers are everywhere. You reach out to the Prime Minister. You can reach out to the Information Minister. Anyone you can be able to reach out to, you'll be directed on how to make a contribution for your own safety. But when it comes to the general contribution from Biafra land, it is still on hold and on process. Once the process is completed, you will see it and you're going to get it from your own area, from the de facto government in the homeland. Once it's been activated, you are going to see the advertisement on the platform of all the Biafra government, and you're going to see it in the Twitter handle of our Prime Minister. For now, that general contribution is still on process. The de facto government in the whole land are going to be in charge of it. Security measures will be put in place on how to make those contributions for your own safety and for the safety of every other person. The security of Biafran people is number one. That is what we consider first before anything. It is not just about making the donation. We want you to make the donation and also remain secured and free. So all those things have been put into consideration. One important thing you have to do is to make sure you verify which state you fall under. As I was saying before, we have 40 states in the United States of Biafra. 40 states and the Ebube, the capital. So try to find out which state you fall into. When you find out your state, you can be able to dictate and find the administrator of your state. From knowing the administrator of your state, Every information will be passed accordingly on how to make certain contributions to keep safe and keep secure. We are dealing with monsters. We are dealing with people who doesn't have human feeling. That is why precautions are taken on everything. Just like the one that happened recently. You saw the one that happened recently. They are using the name of our prime minister to recruit people. After recruiting them, they will hand them over to the military. Some of us, Biafrans, have that zeal. We have that zeal to fight for Biafra. Genuinely. There are people that have that zeal to fight for Biafra. There are people that have zeal to support. But don't be overzealous. In that your overzealousness, you might make mistake and you fall a victim. We have been announcing time and time again that there is no recruitment going on anywhere. The Liberation Army is not recruiting. The resistance fighters is not recruiting. ESN is not recruiting. The naval base is not recruiting. There's no recruitment going anywhere. If there will be recruitment, our prime minister is going to announce it. But what we saw are those idiots, those who claim to know it all. These people who come everything and preach to you about men on the ground, men on the ground, men on the ground. More especially one of the clown that I don't like mentioning his name. They call him or the Kemma, or whatever they call him. He was the one that organized that very group, and they went and gathered people with the name of our prime minister. Because they cannot use their own name. They don't have any name that can move a Biafran to move. Or what they're telling them is that the prime minister directed them to go and recruit. They are using the name of Master Simon, and they are gathering Biafrans. After they gathered them, recently we saw they were captured. That is when they saw the Nigerian army saying that they caught members of ESN, they caught Liberation Army, that 30 or 40 people of Liberation Army were gone. Those are not Liberation Army. That is not the Liberation Army camp, and will never ever be. These are people who we have been gathered together by Odikemma and his group. The people that claim to be whatever they call themselves. But my pain and my anger is that most of those boys who get involved in there are genuinely want to fight for Biafra. Some of them are genuine in their heart. They really want to protect their nation. But because of their overzealousness, they didn't have the right information. They didn't have the patience. They fell victim. We have told it time and time again that the Biafran Liberation Army have more than enough men. They have more than enough volunteers. They don't need anybody. No recruitment is going on anywhere. Tell your brother, tell your sister, tell your auntie, tell your younger ones. No recruitment is going on anywhere. The only problem that the Liberation Army have today is how to manage the people they have. The Biafran Republic Government is that the problem that we have today, how to be able to manage the people that we have already, provides instruments for them to work. There's enough manpower to work for Biafra, more than enough. The camps are secured. The only problem we have today is how to make sure that provisions are made for them to sustain them. That is the only problem, not new people. Nobody is asking for any new people. If there will be any recruitment in time to come, the announcement will come from our Prime Minister. He will announce it. We have been saying it in and out, often and on, but people don't understand. I know that they are very zealous to go all out and fight for Biafra. Some of them, from the bottom of their heart, they want to serve their father's land. But don't be too overzealous so that you don't make mistake. Listen to instructions. So many instructions have been given. Pay attention. There is nothing that will happen that our Prime Minister will not tell us beforehand. He will always tell us. Once he passes the instruction to the media, we will hype it and we will shout on top of it. Just be patient and listen to instructions. That's all. It will be very, very bad for any one of us to lose our life at this very point in time. After coming through a very long way, look at how far we have come. Look at the challenges we have gone. Look at all the attack, the propaganda, the blackmail, the lies, the intimidations. We succeed, and today that we are in Biafra, You want to make mistake. If you go to heaven, you will regret why you went there.
Thank you, my brother. Thank you, my beloved brother. We have spent 1 hour. It's unfortunate that people are making this thing to be boring for me. This is supposed to be an interaction section. Everybody's supposed to call in to contribute. But all the same, I must appreciate you for being here, and I appreciate everybody for leaving whatever you have to do this evening. Even if you don't have anything, sleeping is also doing something. Thank you for joining us, and may God bless you. My brother, I don't know if you have something to summarize in 1 minute so that we'll call it a day.
Thank you so much. We have spoken and at length. The only thing I have to tell people, Biafrans, more especially people in Biafran lands, is to remember the instruction that has been given. Remember the instruction, obey instructions, it will keep you alive and you will raise the flag. Stay 1 kilometer away from every barracks in Biafra land. Stay 1 kilometer away. 1 kilometer away from every barrack. 1 kilometer away from every secretariat. Stay away from every checkpoint. No hawking in checkpoints. Don't forget that. And any place you see the Nigerian zoological military with their terrorist uniform, if you see them, any place you see them park their car, don't go there, run away. If you are in the filling station, if you're in a filling station and they come in to buy fuel, please run away. Go out. After they finish, you can come back and buy your fuel. Don't be in the queue with them. If you're in a restaurant and they park their car, they come there to eat, please drop that food, walk away for your life. Later you can come back and eat. If you are in a shopping plaza and they enter with their vehicle, run. Don't be in a queue with them. Any place you see their vehicle parked, don't be there. These are security informations because of the order that have been given. The Liberation Army are doing everything possible to evict them, and you don't know when they're going to come. The Liberation Army can come unannounced at any minute. They can come anywhere at any minute. So obey this instruction. It will help you to stay safe. It will help you to stay safe. The security of life and property of Biafran people is number one to us. And that is why these informations are important. I pray that Chukwu Kukabia will guide and protect everyone of us. And finally, we are going to announce that announcement that you want us to announce very, very soon. And we will finally walk in.
Na kemgbe mmadụ ya abanye n'ala Biafra ụnọ na-agụ m agụrụ makwa afọ na mpịara n'obodo a mmadụ analụbeghị ụnọ. Thank you so much, my brother. God bless you for giving us your time, and bless Chukwu okike abịama nke mma n'asụsụ bem, because yeah, I hate na Maria and nwere ofu onye na-abịa emere m edit na ndị bai ndị ọcha, especially ndị anọ Britico, ndị anọ Britain, brain hota ahụ pụsigo ya na-abịa sị m enwe ọ bịara correct prime minister ọsị na iwe na-adị ewe ya mgbe ya fụrụ mmadụ ọ na-asụ oyibo njụwa ya sị ya gịnwa na onwe gị sụwara oyibo how many years ị nọ ebe ahụ na-ebu nshi ndị ọcha o kedu uru ọ bara gị mmadụ na-asụ asụsụ be prime minister of Finland just like otan nọ na anmasụ Dutch, that is German language, na-asụ English, na-asụ Igbo. Mgbe ụfọdụ nwere ike sef mana ndị ọcha nọrọ na-asụrụ ha Igbo, sometimes asị m na ha bụkọ onye. So ọ dịghị isi mmadụ ịdị na-eswitch even m nwa oyibo nke mma sef echefuchawa na m ya ịpụta na-correct. You have onye German, a German cannot drop their language for you. Onye go come against ya asun ke mana ndị bai na-abịa amama ha je n'iso oyibo achievement. I don't know if ha feeling no white ịmarụ ha na ya ofu ọpụta na-asụ even man come my mife ọpụtara manka na ọma ihe ọpụta. Language is language. Ọ bụ mmadụ sụwa language ọ na-asụtali ya your mother tongue, then I blame more. Mana foreign language gụrụ agụ. Mistake is common. You can make mistake. Ibe by some metinye homo easy. Gara school you kwesịrị itinye na correct onye na-asa 3 foreign languages. ndị ọcha jugo na ndị British ejugo na agbara football mana nke ogbe a they will not go free na-erie na ndị baa richaa ha mesasịa ha ọ bụrụ ha mee ha will throw away our culture, throw away our tradition, throw away our everything. Like enwe ihe ikwuru na mbido, I wish na ndị baa will go back to the root. Ị ga-afụ nwaanyị according to mgbe epere mpe nwaanyị oteshan nwa abịa mee his and ndị bụ ụlọ na-ada akọsụ ihe a ofu ụbọchị ma apụtara ha ihe afụ nwaanyị ịbịa buru nkwụ ime ọzọ edevelop ịgba nkwụ just like burial na burial ozi ceremony na-ama mmụọ ihe eji apịawusi ndị mmadụ na-anwụzi ka ọkụkọ ije burial a na-eme nke ọ dịzie ka na-celebrate nwata years nwe kwesịrị iru uju a na-celebrate kịta ihe afụ nwoke ya eburu mmanya bịa mee ihe isi ya mee ihe dị abalị abụọ abalị atọ abalị anọ emechia still ha na-asịkwa gị ịnụbeghị di maka iyibeghị white jee kwuru ka ozu nọ na mortuary. I wish that no prime minister ihe abịa ụzọ ihe ono ya eme akwa ifuru tradition aya practice ya this mmanwụ and all this tradition ndị Germans nwere mgbe m bịara ofere nwere ihe ha na-ada eme ha mee ha na-eyicha efe dịka efe mmanwụ mgbe m bịara ofere mfu ha na-agba just like nkịta nọ na bai dịka ndị bai mgbe m bịara ebe a mfu nkịta na-agba ndị ọcha na-enene m anya asụ onye iberibe ma nkịta ndị ọcha ihe eje metụ ya ka mee mana nkịta ba onye ṅụrụ mma ihe eje fụ nkịta eje n'imetụ o rie gị ka anụ nkịta dịka asị nkịta dịka ndị nwe ifu ihe ahụ ha yiri efe ha enwee ni sacrifice ha na-eme they do it in private mana nke be anyị ihe apụtazi asị na a na-agba mmanwụ awụrụzi ihe eji akọ ọgwụ ọwụrụ ihe eji eme competition gị nwa jeziri inene iwere ofu ọkpa na o nwere ike onye nke gị na ya na-adịghị mma nọ n'ime o jide gị ọpịagide gị ọpịapụta gị mmanwụ. All those things need to be regulated. Ọwụrụ chọọchị anyị ga-ama ebe school of theology gara mara your certificate wepụsịa ndị yahoo ihe a sanitize everywhere na ihe adọkwa izio you have to ndị be anyị dịzi ka ndị even ma ndị nke a anyị nwa ndị nke a na-eklem na ha n'obodo oyibo ha nata ha ya emekarịa ndị nọ n'ụlọ they don't learn. Ị na-afụ onye ọcha ọbụla ifuru na be anyị aida na ọ bịara izuru ihe anything ọ mụtara o were ya bịa be ha edevelop mana ndị be anyị mgbe ụfọdụ na-asị Chineke kedu ebe esi ka ọ dịrị mba ndị be anyị anọ ebe a na-emekwa ije patikịta a ya eme gị ihe eme ị nwere ike ị na-eme nwa gị child dedication na ihe a ime ha invite ha bịa a ya ebido the party enwe onye ya nọ n'oche ha ya nọ n'iro na-ekene ha nọrugodo ebe a they will still be talking ịjụọ ha ihe ekwuru they don't know mana ndị ọcha bịaghara ndị ọcha nọrụ quiet pay attention to ihe abịa ndị be anyị need real work and it's not going to be easy. Ọ bụkwa Biafra bịa esukwa otu esi eyi ere ọka ụmụ nnụnụ ekwefuru nnụnụ ha achịcha akwa ya ruo mgbe ha ga-agbawasị ha gbawụza onye ọbụla eferisi ya ọ bụkwa otu ahụ ma na ihe ka n'ebe ka ga-ebe. We need a lot of sanitization. So thank you so much my brother and thank you for all those people that are commenting in comment section. Somebody said they think that speaking English is being now correct a whole prime minister who a lawyer, international lawyer. Now say it's not this. And so I think I gotta go banana no Brucey. My brother, thank you. And my brother David Haber channel, he does a live program every day by 8 o'clock according to my time. So if you check my platform you will see it. You can join. That is where people always interact. Maybe they don't have strength to talk again this evening. So thank you so much my brother. Until tomorrow. Okay, bye bye.